I really like this game. This is my tier list. Oops, that's not it. This is my list. Okay, bye. What? Like, what just happened? Whatever happened to freedom speech? One moment I say that Taylor Swift album isn't that good, and then 2 minutes later my address is on twitter.com, but there's a reason to all this madness. You see, summer is here, and while everyone is packing up for their dream vacation, I do what I do best. Live vicariously through Super Mario Sunshine. Who needs a plane ticket when you can clean paint, ride squids, push watermelons uphill, and navigate through a poison river? Yeah, who doesn't want to go to the Bahamas? That's like every Tuesday for me. All in a beautiful package in a plaza with blue skies and golden sunshines. Now, let's be real, the game has its ups and downs. Others say that it's the black sheep, and what's up with that? What are you, racist? It's high quality wool to me, damn it. I do get where the criticisms come from. Mario Sunshine changes its difficulties and its level design so much that it's hard to pinpoint. One moment that you're actually playing the most fun level in the game, and then next you're pulling out fucking teeth from an eel. So I'm gonna be ranking up all of the episodes, 100 coins, Delfino shines, and basically anything that actually gets you a shine, I'm ranking. So welcome to my Super Mario Sunshine Shine Sprite tier list.
Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo!
To do 100% completion of Super Mario Sunshine, you have to complete it with 120 shines. This list only has 96 shines, and if you switch those numbers around, it could be 69. Nice. Where are the fucking extra 24 shines, you? Those shines are actually from blue coins. Collect 10 and you can actually go to this place to exchange them for shine sprites, kind of like a pawn shop. But because it's not on the list and I don't feel like ranking blue coins right now, I'm not gonna do that shit. I ought to come clean though and say, I have AIDS. I'm joking, but I do have a condition called stupid speedrunning goopa brain, and it's kind of similar if you squint a little. And by the way, this is not just a tier list video. Back then, before there were autosaves and checkpoints and stuff like that, you have to use a memory card to order a save all your saved data. I didn't have a memory card, so probably like my first attempt of actually beating the game was probably like my first like 50 plus runs on the game, and it was mostly just restarting the game over and over. Meaning, I also couldn't even play Animal Crossing as well. I was playing my towns over and over. I would turn off my TV, but not unplug the console. I was this close to burning my house down. Yeah. Fuck Tom. The point is that I found little things, little tricks, little movement text that made me go a lot more faster. And this was way before I knew anything about speedruns in any kind of way. As a kid, in my Mario Sunshine game case, there was a list that has every single Mario Sunshine Shine Sprite. This is all the list. Now, was this a smart idea? No, it's not a smart idea. It's honestly really stupid. Some of them even say, go get blue coins. What were we on about? Me and my sister were just kids and we didn't know any better. Say that it's a review. Say it's a retrospective. Say that it's any other type of thing. It's not going to be just a tier list video. There is top 10 lists. It's a speedrun guide. It's literally an iceberg video. Yeah, I know that you guys love iceberg videos. You can say whatever about this video, but really, it's just a video about Mario Sunshine. And that is the point that I want to come across. There are going to be moments too where I'll take a detour around and just speak to you on camera about certain stuff about the game, like music, movement, enemies, basically anything that I want to talk about. I'm basically going to go on camera like this to talk about it. So if you like this, I'll be here. If you don't like it, then you could basically just skim through the video and skip it there. That's fine too. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Trust me. Now, the way I want to do this tier list is from a perspective of somebody that have ran this game and did it multiple times. If you're a newcomer that has played these games, it's going to extremely be completely different from what your idea of a S tier from my point of an S tier. S tier is the best of the best, the top tier of it. Mario Sunshine basically has like the best movement in any type of Mario game. So it has to utilize that in some kind of way. It's incredibly fun and I play it multiple times. Doesn't matter what day, I'll go straight into it. A tiers are close to an S tier, but there's one or two things that are keeping it from actually being top tier. B tiers are pretty good shines. There's nothing really special about them, but they're pretty good. C tiers are kind of it's kind of like a B, but honestly, it's kind of meh. I don't really have an opinion. It's more just there. D tier are kind of like C tiers, except in much more of a negative light. Like, I wish that it wasn't there. Like, why did they do this? And F tier shines are the worst. They suck. Now, if you actually saw a little bit on the tier list, there's actually 2 F tiers, and I'll go over them in a little bit, but just to let you know, whatever's that's an F tier, they both still suck. It's just that one is worse than the other. So, leave in the comments of what you think that means. And by the way, some of the S tiers are actually ones that are harder, but they're very rewarding and satisfying to beat. And F tiers don't actually have to mean that they're the hardest fucking things ever. It's just based on enjoyment and how much I would want to play them over and over again. That's the point. Start the video already, you fucking bozo.
Watch out for the tower!
Go to that turtle island.
The turtle island. I want to go to the crab island. Because I have crabs. Just like Mario. That's me with my McDonald's right now.
Me thinking about the cheesy gordita. We kick things off with something that I would like to call a cutscene sandwich. Right out of the gate, we're smothered between 2 layers of unskippable cutscenes. It's like being stuck watching that 10-second ad, only that you can't skip it, and you just have to sit there and wait for the game to actually let you play. To break it down, you're served in between 2 buns and a pickle. One is the intro, one is for the fludd cutscene, and the other one is the unforgettable courtroom drama scene.
Oh no. It's the fun police.
AKA the police.
We're going to fucking die for you.
I told you that I've like cried to this cutscene before.
That's wild.
As a first shine, it scored a solid C. It's a pretty good one, but it just starts to feel more like a chore.
Mario, we gonna sell these cigarettes.
Mario, we gotta sell this meth.
Mario, take this shank.
Oh no.
Mamma mia.
Police are telling you about something jacking off. Who cares? We're in the game. You'll have to spray in the middle of this statue because somebody shitted all over it, and Dog Gothic Mario pops up and steals the princess. But baby me didn't give a shit. I just turn to the left and go straight to a pipe. This super slide felt so thrown together last minute. I'll put it in B for now for the simple shine and creative look of the level. But at the same time, you just hold down the joystick just to make it all the way down to the shine, and it's so easy that damn. When was I playing Forces? Bad joke, but weirdly, there's this pocket over here. Feels like that we're gonna actually put like another shine, or like coin over here, but nah.
They say if you go to the island over there, that Freddy comes up.
Blanco Hills feels cozy to me. The sun's beaming on you as you slide on your first couple of steps is so much fun. Anytime I think sunshine, I think of that. I love the little town and the high quality water. And when you look behind you before you start walking towards the stage, you can see each stage far away. Now there's a thing that I noticed while typing up on my winky dink computer, but another reason of why I enjoyed this level so much is that it's a level that doesn't restrict you from doing only one thing, which brings me into the first shine. The first shine is super easy and I'm already heading towards P. Shit. The first shine is fine. It's just it's the most easiest shine to just skip to the second shine. And I have way more stuff to talk about on PD. Even the Pianta thinks this way too. I go up here and this guy's like, whoa, slow your roll, kid. Fuck you. I do what I want. Might just be boring for some players because it's mostly just fighting the same monster 3 times. But don't worry, you still have Rico and Gelato to unlock.
Shit, oh fuck. You died!
That's sad.
That was a little sad. That's okay. I got my shine. Look at me in my shit face.
I always loved that shit.
On the face?
On the face, yeah.
Do you think that started your fetish?
Huh? This video should be called forcing my girlfriend to play Mario Sunshine. It's such a horrible thing having to tell my girlfriend to play the game.
He said he's not gonna feed me.
I know I might be sucking the game's dick off right now, but because the goal is to reach on top of the windmill, you could do it in many ways, like going through the water bug or going to the bridge. This is also such a good tutorial level. It's great for casuals because it will teach you the fundamentals of Fludd, while expert players can actually find ways that fit their style or speed. God, I fucking love this sequence. That scream goes so hard, and that little thing where they're like shaking their heads is just so goofy. Mario even closes his ears when P screams. That's so sick.
What the fuck?
He didn't disappear fully.
That was stupid.
How would you rate that level?
Bullshit.
It ends with a pretty alright fight with P Piranha. Overall, this level is so fun and it's great, and it's kinda hard to think of reasons to not put it lower than an S tier. Hillside Cave Secret is one of many secret stages of the game, but before we go inside, we have to get to it, which is pretty cool. The intended route to go to the cave is by using these tight ropes and getting used to them for the next shine, but I like to do this wall kick onto this pole and then hovering to the cave. To me, if you've never seen a secret stage, this is a perfect baseline on the concept. Anytime you go into a secret stage, Shadow Mario takes your Fludd away, and you have to complete the obstacle course without it. Even though that I love Fludd to death, I do like this variety, and the game is trying to shake things up. The game's like a smoothie. It likes to mix all of the types of fruit, and once you notice, it's all blended and it turns out to be really good. Yeah, sometimes the game has bad pulp, but it's kinda expected when you start mixing in and experimenting with shit that you've never seen in a Mario game. Removing Fludd in only these levels is fun, but also that means that you're not 100% relying on accurate jumps with Fludd. But once you get the shine, you start to appreciate and feel a little bit more confident when you actually start using his benefits without using Fludd, and using Fludd at the same time. Personally, this is also a level that I like to say that patience is mostly key. This is your first time not using Fludd, and I find that pretty good. Overall, pretty cool first secret stage.
Look at me.
Fucking hell.
You never seen that strat, have you?
There's a little train.
Oh shit. I don't want that. No. That's too scary.
Man, I talk a lot about the movement without Fludd. Let's change that. Before we head back, I think it's a good time to mention about some of the moves that I'll be doing to make stuff smoother and quick. You're probably looking at this gameplay shitting your pants right now. A lot of chuckle fucks would laugh at this game and say that it doesn't have a long jump. But don't worry, because here's something cool. If you mix the A button, the jump button, and the B button for the dive, you can do this high jump dive move. This move is super fun, and I actually catch myself doing it a lot, especially when you're mixing this with the spin jumps. That shit's addicting. That's like my coke. Also, spin jumps are fucking awesome in this game. Just so fun to turn Mario into fucking Beyblade. If spins and jump dives are my cocaine to me, spam spraying is my heroin. Spam spraying is a method where you actually mix the jump button with the spray button at the same time. It sprays the water quickly and efficiently, but do remember that it also depletes a shit ton of water in the process. I found that even though that most people don't prefer the 3D All-Stars version, which is the version that I'm playing BT dubs, cause fuck using this type of footage.
Hello guys, Skeletons here, and today we're gonna be doing a Super Mario bingo.
I didn't have anybody with me, so I just played by myself. Spam spraying is significantly easier. It's odd that Nintendo made it easier here, but didn't even bother to fix or update the cutscenes to be skippable. What's up with that shit? Hey, we have Mario 64 that's all HD and shit and can suck you off, but then when you play it, they can't even give you the BLJ, whatever, same shit. Red Coin and the Village Shine is pretty alright. It's fun doing chains of tricks together to collect 8 of these things. Jumping on tight ropes and curling into a slide are movement tech that I constantly use, so a level dedicated to that style is just awesome and satisfying, where we mostly took a tour around the town. My only issue is these wind guys that slap you off the platform. Rico Harb. You thought? You really think I was just gonna go world by world by world and do it shine by shine by shine, like in order? What do you think I am? Smart? You think I'm a normal person? A normal reviewer? People might say that I'm a little bit loco. That's Spanish for crazy. I am going to be doing it based off this piece of paper alone, the type of order that I used to do it when I was a kid. This is actually good for me because I actually got rid of all the normie fans, and now whoever likes Sunshine that much, they could sit here and watch. I basically kicked out everybody. So good at YouTube. Rico Harbor is another stage that I adore. It's a bustling trading port for Island Delfino, which somehow also is a tropical vacation spot. That concept alone is wild. Piantas are out here swimming in the oceans while massive cargo ships are dominating the waters. The lighthouse stands proud, surrounded by floating steel girders that Pianta somehow calls home. If a Pianta has a 1-inch apartment, they know what to do. While Piantas are grinding through their tough 9-to-5 construction jobs, the stage is crawling with bloopers. These things are everywhere, roaming the beams, some that you can ride on, or just casually fished out. I really like this guy that turns flat when you spray on him. Sorry, I just don't see a lot of people talking about how cool this thing is. But seriously, the stage is a blast. The variety of bloopers add a lot of charm, which also brings me to Gooper Blooper. It's honestly top tier in my book. You could take a scenic subpath, parkour across steel girders, or flex with some wall jump swag. And it's about the same as how you would fight it. Ripping off the front arms? It's smart. Taking out all the arms, that's pretty fucking smart. Skip all that and yank the cork. Fucking genius! My favorite strat is stunning him mid-tentacle throw and going straight to the cork. He's left frailing around, unable to do anything. I sound fucking insane reading this. Like, what the fuck? Like, if this wasn't a Mario game, I'd probably be tracked down by the FBI and get banned from, like, 45 countries or something. It's just that the game likes to use this fight later on and it becomes overused. Ripping off the squid's arms always freaked me out as a kid. The sound effects were crazy and the way that the arms were flopping around, like, ugh. Of course I became a man and I chop wood down on my free time, so all of that's good. All I know is that Gooper Blooper is an absolute legend and is easily a top S tier for me. Blooper surfing is pretty cool. The squids come in different flavors which also have their own style. Green is easy mode, yellow is medium, and the pink are for those who hate themselves. Personally, I stick with green, not because I can't handle the challenge, but because it's quick, simple, and let's be real, a lot of them basically hit top speed when you hold forwards on the stick. You don't have to use the bloopers at all to even enter the sewer. You could just hover like this, riding the squid through tight turns and jumps, and if you're very clever enough, you can actually skip the whole section and shave down your time. There's even a faster route, but I'll save that for those secret ones. Overall, blooper surfing is rad and it gets a solid A. So I'm looking at this list, you know, this is my sister's handwriting compared to my handwriting that is complete garbage. It sucks. This handwriting is like if you spiced your chicken with Old Spice.
Da 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 da. Da da la 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 la.
Gelato Beach has to be the most baffling world in the game, mostly because it's just there. It's not bad, but it's like the game's version of a plain oatmeal. It's functional, sure, but where's the flavor? It's a beach level, yeah, but what's the vibe? What's the catch? Compared to Serena Beach with its glowing sunset and haunted hotel, that's personality. Gelato Beach, Sam Bird and Caraquax? I will compare it to something like Seaside Kingdom and Odyssey. Yes, both levels are fine, but compared to all of the levels I went through, this level has a dragon. The fuck does this level have? A giant octopus? Especially when you're talking about a game like Sunshine, where the whole game is based around vacation spots in summertime. Blanco Hills is a cozy village. Rica Harbor is going into boat riding and shit like that. Penis Park is another Disneyland, and Noki Bay is just a cool looking level. Gelato Beach has a caterpillar. To be fair, the first shine is great. I like the idea of watering this doom bud and then something crazy pops out like a sandcastle that has a secret level inside. It's a great introduction with a whole sand block gimmick. Step on the sand block, well, it's sand. And it sounds like sand too. Holy shit, it's so epic. Mirror Madness Tilt Slam Bam is pretty funny to me because the goal is to burn this caterpillar like you're using a magnifying glass by slamming down these buggers out of the mirrors. This caterpillar has been up here for around like 100 years. Wait, using the physics to remove the Caraquax is a pretty cool idea. Having to spray and having them to do this little animation when they're being a little off balance is pretty cute, and it's such a good way to tell the player to slam down. It's so satisfying to rip the bastards off the mirrors too. Talking about the mirrors, not many people mention this, but not only that the water looks hella good in this game, but the reflections are fucking insane. That looks awesome. But higher than Sandcastle because of those damn mirrors, bro. True gamers do this level without wasting any water. Real alphas can do this and slam all three in the last mirror. S. The Rico secret. Yeah, no. This is easily one of the best shines in the game. It's so simple in concept. The shine is trapped inside of the long maze-like girder structure. Your mission is to get it. That's it. But the brilliance is in the execution. There are so many ways to solve this puzzle. Follow the intended path from the top to bottom, feeling spicy, smash through the bottom up like a rebel, or just freestyle it and use every movement trick that you know to turn this level into your personal playground. Watching somebody tackle this shine is like peering into their soul. You can practically see their playstyle unfold. The only thing that I have an issue with is mostly the enemies could be annoying, but this level is great if you think outside of the box.
That's stupid.
We're keeping the train going into Rico's Secret. Rico's Secret is one of those levels that could either make you feel like a king or spank you like a little bitch boy you are. I've seen plenty of people struggle here, including myself, but honestly, this stage showcases the best of what the secret levels can offer, but we'll save that for later. Teehee. I just love the moving cogs and the floating lumber with the pegs sticking out. I think it's also a good time to talk about the slope detection and how Mario reacts to it. I'm no physicist, barely even passed the fucking class, not gonna lie, but here's the deal. If Mario dives into a slope and then kicks off, he yeets himself forwards with ridiculous speeds. For example, this first part normally just looks like this, but the way that I do it is by making it sure that I hit that angle and get that speed. Risky? Absolutely. But that's why it's so satisfying when you pull it off like that. That said, I can't put this one in S tier as much as I really want to. My first couple of experiences was rough, and I didn't have a memory card growing up, so saving was never an option I had. This shine, however, was always the roadblock that prevented me from even going any further into the game, because I would just die too much. I always wanted to beat this level because it was just so fun to play, but then I would lose all of my lives and basically have to come back. I didn't want another cutscene sandwich. I was already full like 10 minutes ago. Later on, I did actually get better at this stage. Over time, I grew to appreciate the design and hope that people actually appreciate it as well, because it's such a cool little stage. At least to me. It was so good that they even put this shit in Mario Galaxy. Penis Island is the home to Penis Park, and to be honest, most people just skip straight to the park. Sure, there are shines to collect outside of the gates, but who's paying attention? It's fucking Disneyland. You don't go to California for the state. You go for the mouse ears and churros. And just because you have fun at Disneyland doesn't mean that you like California. I mean, come on, that bitch has LA. Have you ever seen Air One? It's not like anyone can actually afford to live there anyways. I'm broke, which is relatable because Mario's also broke. Thankfully, he can go to Penis Park for free without paying tickets, and no pat downs or anything. No fast passes either? How are they even making money in this shit? Nothing's stopping him from hitting up the pirate ships, spinning in teacups, and going to Space Mountain. But before we even step foot in Penis Park, we have to unlock it, meaning collecting 10 shines and beating the 2 previous goop monsters. With that goal reached, we watch this funny little cutscene where Shadow Mario sticks his tongue out like some kind of edgy middle schooler and runs off with the princess. The only way to follow him is by launching yourself to the island via cannon, some Looney Tunes type shit. The first shine in Penis Park leans hard into the story. After Shadow Mario finishes his kiss audition, he bolts into the park. If you follow him to the pool area, he pulls a Moses, parting the water and spawning him Robo Mecha Bowser.
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away.
Mama? Mama Peach? I'm your mama?
He reveals himself as Bowser Jr. And just like how the spoilers are like 20 years old, the same Princess Peach fucks Bowser and he doesn't even remember birthing Jr.
Reveals that he is actually Bowser Jr. and Peach is allegedly his mom, which implies not great things for Peach's...
Didn't she remember having a slimy Koopa baby come out of her vagina?
Mama Peach? I'm your mama?
She had to think about that. Holy shit, she fucked Bowser, didn't she?
Is also old too, so I ain't making that shit. Go watch somebody else's video on that.
I think my favorite part in all this is that Peach looks so shocked as if she would never even notice that she gave birth to a dino monster baby thing. Dino monster!
Quick side tangent, the shine also introduced me to the concept of Easter eggs. When Bowser Jr. said strange old man with a white coat gave him the paintbrush, my sister and I spent searching in the plaza as kids, trying to find him. Turns out that he was actually in a completely different game. A part of me feels like I should be compensated for that. Nintendo is the roller coaster fight where you actually shoot rockets onto Mecha Bowser while dodging heat-seeking missiles. It's a fun idea, but why does Mecha Bowser have tit launchers and a drill tail? He didn't even get to use that thing. The shine feels like a cutscene sandwich, much like the first level. There is a way to skip the cutscene, which is kind of a pain sometimes. The trick goes by actually belly sliding into these 2 poles, and before you slide into the cutscene trigger, pause the game and leave the area. That way, Mario still hits the cutscene, but skips it entirely. And the same thing with the Mecha Bowser fight too. I say pain too, because sometimes it doesn't trigger triggered the skip, and you just go right back to the plaza, making you do the whole shine again. I've learned how to do this, but honestly, I would be so mad in runs. Not gonna lie, when I did this successfully, I always felt rewarded. Because this old Noki, I always thought that he said, roll, baby, roll. So I like fist bump in the air and I'm like, hell yeah. But then later on I fuck up because I was too late exiting the area. That's why if Mecha Bowser was fighting against another boss in this game to see who wins, he would lose. Lose to who? Welcome to Boss Bracketeering. I'm your host, Mario Lover 6949865XX exclamation point. And today we're gonna be pinning two bosses from Mario Sunshine to see which one is the best Mario Sunshine boss. In this corner we have Mecha Bowser. And then we have in the other corner, Monty Mole. Big gun! Monty Mole is utterly insane. He's bombing the island with Bullet Bill sporting goofy faces and these LED bombs. And these sunflowers think that they're just fireworks. Poor things. He doesn't know that the place is getting bombed harder than Pearl Harbor. It's like the war level in Pizza Town. You have to destroy this guy by chucking these bombs back to him or do this swag strat. Do this. You fight this guy again in Noki Bay and I think it's pretty great. I don't know what's up with vertical Mario levels, but they flipped some type of primal monkey switch in my brain.
Look up there. Jinkies.
That fight is a bit interesting because besides it actually being open, it's kind of closed off in this tiny little platform covered in goop.
Help! No! No! Hey, it's not poison.
Not on this side.
You lied to me.
Okay, jump in the water again. Get water.
See, it's not poison. This is fucking Alcatraz!
This game plays like The Last of Us.
Who won? Who next? It's Monty Mole, cause this is my fucking list, so I say kill yourself. I also love this rainbow effect over the waterfall. It's such a nice touch. This stage is actually incredibly cute, inspired by Yoshi's Island. With all of the Yoshi blocks and the bushy, fun background is such a vibe. It's like the game's mocking you as you keep dying in this level. Like, oh, little baby, you can't pass this level. Oh, you need a bib and a diaper for this? What Nintendo didn't know is that I'm past 25. This stage heavily uses disappearing blocks, so it's all about timing. I really dig this long section where you have to actually sprint all the way down to the shine. It's really fun. So far, we haven't had much time enjoying Penis Park, actually. Sure, we took a quick peek while chasing Shadow Mario and blew up Mecha Bowser on the roller coaster. But what about the pirate ships? You see those ships, right? You want to do that. They're flipping like no one's business. You need to collect 8 of the red coins scattered around the park, and starting with the pirate ships and ending into the steel girders high above. It's a fun showcase of the park's midsection, and the mission feels satisfying till you get to the enemies. These 3 electric Koopas are like the fucking guards of this steel girder, and these guys are shockingly annoying. No pun. Since the walkway is sloped, it's actually easy to accidentally get zapped and sent tumbling down. Sometimes the slope detection even glitches out, causing you to actually phase through the walkway all entirely. But altogether, I know that in a little bit ago, I did this stupid offhand joke being like, hey, look at this guy over here. Isn't he kind of cool? But literally, look at this guy. I'm literally gonna leave him for like a minute just so you can appreciate how fucking cool this guy is. Do you think this guy's fucking cool? Because I think this is the sickest fucking thing I've ever seen. Going into a different island, it makes sense that they are gonna look different. It's a different looking kind of environment. So it makes sense why the local Goomba looks very different from another type of Goomba that lives in Island Dolfino. It's very interesting how all of them look very different in a sense. Even like mechanical type of enemies like Bomba Bombs and bullet bills, they all look different still in a way, but maybe it's different type of technology as well. So it makes sense and it's cool. I like that type of shit. Now, Nintendo already brought back that type of idea back when it was on the Pokemon series and called it Alolan forms. Now, say what you want about Pokemon Sun and Moon, but I always thought that Alolan forms were really cool. Yes, I get it. Executor looks stupid. Its neck is very long, but you want to know what? It's a fucking tree, and it makes sense. Now, why is it a dragon type? I don't fucking know. But I think that's kind of funny. You know, it always kind of made me mad how everybody, when talking about Mario Sunshine, they always talk about how weird it is. Like, the enemies are so weird. That's the point, dipshit. Have you ever thought about that? What would have been weird is if they added a place called Florida, and then they added an enemy called Florida Men. Wouldn't that be fucking odd? Honestly, Nintendo should have brought back one of those like stupid like skull enemy guys and then just kept them in the game. Every mother would find out in their top 10 like non-scariest horror game enemies, scariest enemies or whatever the fuck. YouTube bullshit. Top 10 scariest and non-horror game enemies. Number 1, piano. Number 2, eel. Number 3, everything in Ocarina of Time. This game is rated E for everyone? This should have been fucking M-rated. The fucking grabby hand fucking grabs you by the head and then eats you? How is that even legal to put in an E-rated game? Fucking hate Nintendo tubers so much.
Or Shine is quick, simple, and your path to unlocking Yoshi. You need to help these sunflowers and removing these egg-shaped Koopa guys by spraying them down and ground pounding them into the ground. And slamming multiple Koopas down in quick succession feels oddly satisfying. Anything for the sunflower friends. The 5th Shine is easily one of the most broken shines in the game, and I love it. Think of Rico Harbor's 3rd Shine, where you have to get the shine in the gate. It's like that, but completely throw the intended solution out the window. The correct way involves solving a puzzle to fix the Ferris wheel. It's a decent puzzle if you enjoy fighting with the camera every other second. But here's the thing, they didn't put any detection on the Ferris wheel. You could just spin hover straight through the Ferris wheel like a king. Showing people this trick for the first time, their shock and disbelief are so worth it every time.
It's going fucking fast, right? But they didn't fucking add detection to this shit.
Also, I love riding the Ferris wheel after I pulling this off. It's just so goofy and oddly relaxing. S tier. Broken in the best way possible.
This is going way too.
Why the fuck are we back here? Welcome to Boss Bracketeering. It's Wigger Wednesday, my guys. Over here with the big wiggler himself, throwing down with, Petey. Motherfucker. You torched his nap spot, and now it's time for him to throw his hands, or feet, or whatever he wants to call it. You use these doom buds to pop up these sand structures, knock the wiggler over like the world's angriest domino. Cool concept, but after like the first round or two, it's just meh. There's no way to speed it up, and you're kinda actually just stuck running around in this giant sandbox. Versus this fuckhead.
These fucking slimes are bugging me though. Oh my god! That was funny as fuck.
Yeah, but I would say probably on the other side.
Okay. Sail! On the other side of the sail! I don't like... Oh, he's coming this way. This is the time? Oh
yeah,
god.
Try to shoot.
Oh god. No, fuck you. I'm pissing on you.
No, it's basically like the same thing as like the first fight.
Like, What?
Like when he throws up.
Oh, like I gotta like.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah! Ah! Ah!
The fish shine sucks and it's the biggest outlier in the stage. P came back, so that's already tiered down. The route to get to the fight is pretty fun, and aiming those pigs with the flood nozzles, whatever, but the fight's boring. What he does is fly around the stage and you have to spray water in the air to bring him down. His new abilities like his head spin and tornado moves are kinda cool, but again, they're annoying.
No, fuck you and your fucking tornado. I ain't moving. I ain't fucking moving! Dude, they don't even do shit. Fucking throw up already. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh my fucking god, okay. Oh, see, I'm running. I'm running from you, wow. Fucking stupid, fucking. Oh my god.
Get
Oh,
close, but to the
no.
side of him.
Fucking hell. Great advice, Will.
Goopy Doopy. And Larry.
Don't mess with my gang. Oh my god! There we go, bitch. Fuck you. Die. Kill yourself. Oh fuck, how do I ground pound? Fuck! Thank God. Where did that one even come from? Oh my fucking. Do I have to do that 3 times?
Yeah.
Also, he likes to waste your time by flying over to this wall, which is so extra that I had to even put it down until like a C-.
I'm so stupid. Oh my, well, how do you even get up here? You're having trouble with the plant? Yes, I am! Yes, I am! No! Oh my god, please. Fuck. No! Ah! Look at him! You can't even fly! Drink till I'm drunk, smoke till I'm high. Where did you come from? Come here! Come here! Yes, this way. Come here. Come here. Ooh. Fuck! I already missed it! No! I don't want to play no more.
To be honest, both of them are an experts of wasting your time, and at least with Petey in the first time it was fun. Both the caterpillar and the second fight with Petey are fucking boring as hell, and it feels like it drags on.
Ew. Doo-doo.
If you want me to speed up the process, auto-scroller, auto-scroller, auto-scroller. This one sucks. And then there's Shadow Mario. Either sitting on your ass waiting with no creative ways to speed stuff up, or dealing with mechanics that feel like you're just dragging your feet. Let's address the big sandy elephant in the room. The Sandbird isn't hard. The amount of people who claim that this level is hard is so baffling. The reason I think that people have such a hard time with this level is because they can't picture having hover and wind mix. That trick can always just save your ass, but the amount of let's plays I see where they just do a normal jump and then wonder, why can't I just grab the ledge of the bird? Have you held sand before? It falls apart. Mario is doing his best. Holy shit. See.
No. Stop. Stop. 6, 7.
I'm gonna do the one on
No.
the tail.
No. 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 Oh god. That was just because I was messing around. That wasn't for realsies. None of these have been for realsies this whole time. This one is for realsies. Okay?
Okay.
This one's for realsies. This one's completely serious.
Okay, time to lock in.
I was
a
just
little
joking. I
joking.
was just joking around. That wasn't for realsies.
This one gets bumped up because it's an El Pitissimo race. Racing up the mountain feels like a breath of fresh air after all the slog. El Pitissimo is kind of an oddity. It's like he doesn't want people to know who he is behind the mask and always disguise himself as a pianta to blend in. Pretty novel concept. I don't know what other stuff to say. I like that you can actually redo the levels to beat your time. El Pitissimo uses the same moveset like Shadow Mario does, so he shows off tricks like triple jumps and chain wall kicks. What other stuff? Did you know this level? Where do I even start? It's not hard, but it's easily one of the most irritating shines in the game. All of the red coins are underwater near the coral reef, which means slow swimming. And oh joy, the fucking fish loves to phase through rocks like it's a part of some stupid ass magic trick show. To make matters worse, this is one of the shines that you have to complete before facing Shadow Mario, so you have to slog through it and strangely feels like an afterthought. Casual players hate it because you get stuck searching for red coins near the red coral, and experts hate it because it's just slow and boring. One thing that everyone can agree on is that the school of fish deserve to be sushi. Solid D for this one.
You can't do the joke anymore. This
Box time, man. Oh, and Box Man 2. This fucking list, bro. This list.
Did you know that the amount of bricks equals the amount of
Sex? The Mario Bowser head in this game?
no way?
Yeah. That's a lot of
Did you know the
sex.
barrels are a reference to PewDiePie?
Smash boxes before the time runs out, and honestly, it never gets old for me. There's something stupidly satisfying about breaking these things as fast as possible. I always try to shave off milliseconds like I'm training for the Olympics. The only reason why the second one gets a B instead of sitting next to its sibling is, well, it's literally the same thing, but with the different box placements.
All my boxes are broken. The fuck?
Did you know those boxes are reference to boxing? to Crash Bandicoot?
From other video games.
No, from Crash Bandicoot.
Stop there, let me correct it. I wanna live a life of a new perspective.
The video game I want to jump inside of is Super Mario Sunshine, and ew! Because Super Mario Sunshine is fun and amazing game. Also, Places is also fun and cool, but also, it's also have the best places, Noki Bay. I didn't know he was such a poet. I wonder if he's really good at making lists too. Shoutouts to that Adventure Time Do-It-Yourself book. That thing made me a lyrical miracle.
I wanted to live here.
Huh?
I wanted to live here.
That's stupid.
Despite Noki Bay being slapped together with duct tape at the end of development, it still goes hard. Noki Bay is pretty solid in its missions, and its setting is nothing more than glorious. I love the floating like shells above the lake and the mystery aspect of this stage. This stage doesn't even feel real in a Mario sense. Yes. It's so normal to jump on turtles and eat red and white mushrooms. Yes, I do that every Sunday after church. Please, Dorkly, make a comic.
I'm gonna burn my eyes. That's what I'm gonna do. What the fuck is this? Ah!
It's like the game made up this complete dream stage out of nowhere, and I love it. But this isn't a dream stage. This is the home of the Nokis, these shell people that also live here amongst the Piantas. But like how the Piantas are the villagers of the land, Nokis are the villagers of the sea. They should be living in their best aquatic lives, but no, their water is poisonous. The Tricky Ruins boss is another heavy platforming challenge like the first with the wall jumps and ending it off with a boss fight. The intended way is to spray into the mysterious wall panels to push them in and creating a path for wall jumping. It's such a unique and fun way to structure the level. I love these weird patterns that they make. Like to us it's just some random obstacle, but it's Noki lore. I like to think that these symbols actually mean something. Maybe there's some sacred language passed down by Nokis. They have these tall shell-like structures above you. It's like they appreciated the sky as much as they appreciated the sea. Honestly, it gives off some Mayan ruin vibes. Like one of those places where people just take pictures of and never actually live there, you know? It reminds me of how like in Sonic Adventure Team Dev, they just went into Peru and they just threw it into a Tales level. Oh, and speaking of weird tourism, there's like this guy here who charges over like 1,000 coins for a ride. Who does he think he is? He thinks he's so smart upping the prices like that. This is just some Phoenix resale type of behavior. Now, gameplay wise, you have options. You can spray on the wall panels like you're supposed to, or you could do these slick time jumps and skip the whole thing. The choice is yours. Once you win, you can ground pound straight into the floor and grab the shine. You don't even get like fall damage if you just jump normally. I love this opening, and are those urns? God, that's so interesting. Wait, why the fuck did I say that? Damn, there's like dead people here? Shit. Are there actually like dead Nokis here? And Nintendo being Nintendo is just casually hiding blue coins inside these jars. Imagine some ancient Noki king, probably a legendary hero that probably ended like a great war or cured a disease. And Mario's just like, better clean this up. Let's go back to Delfino! Duh.
Dance, dance. Falling apart to half done. Dance, dance.
The next 9 shines are just Delfino shines, so I'm just gonna shoot this in the head and just get rid of all of them.
It fell. Look at penis.
Oh, long dong.
It's that Sonic one.
The Sonic one?
From the thumbnail.
Oh my god, you... It's still such a good thumbnail. Cleaning the east and west bells. B tier. It's fun, simple, and it makes me feel productive. The lighthouse roof shine is pretty interesting. Not the shine itself. It's pretty easy to get and understand. Just get like a rocket nozzle and ground pound on the stone on top of the roof. The interesting part is that this stone, whether or not the lighthouse is there, it still spawns in. And you can even spin, jump, hover yourself onto the stone. And now you could take some dope ass pictures. It looks like a hothead.
It looks like my asshole.
Howdy! Throw me a coin and I'll throw you a loop. Wait. Oh, there's a shine. You could triple jump onto those trees or rocket nozzle to it. Either or is fine. You could go into this tall grass sky block. It's pretty easy if you don't waste any of your water because there's no way to refill your flood here. And try not to spray on this pokey too far. Fuck. I do like this area because they get a little creative with the red coin placements. I don't know, I'll put this one in a B. Turbo Dad! I love that the turbo nozzle slide is just a playground for the thing, but sadly not much is here. You go here by rushing through the police guards and turning yourself in, but there's not even a jail cell here, so I can't even make a joke like this.
Close to an S for the fun factor, but A. You can also grab the shine by spraying on the shine gate. When you do this, make sure to get like a rocket nozzle though, cause they blast that shit all the way up here. Unless if you have those speedrunner moves, then sure. Go to this island and spray on this bird. B as well. Spray this. I got nothing.
This is completely off topic, and I don't care that it's completely off topic. If you're from the gamer and you're watching this, fuck you. My meme that I made back in 2015 when Tumblr used to post porn, my meme is only number 4. My memes is far better than wanting a fucking sequel to a stupid fucking like a boss meme. Fuck you. Let the oceans need the moon to take the tides away. All we need is a little time to chase the blues away. Sun is out and always feel like it's gonna stay. Let things last forever, turn tomorrow into yesterday. Surfs up!
You grab a rocket nozzle, blast up into the shine gate, and hop into this pipe. Or if you love this place so much, you could skip all of that with this fancy set of jumps to do it early. Either or, we start off with the world with the first shine. And damn, this night sky is gorgeous. Look at the stars, but no time to stargaze. We got these 3 chain chomplets to deal with, and they're all adorable. Look at them. I want one. The goal is simple. Grab them by the tail and yeet them. It's a fun idea, but tricky if you're not careful. This time that the goop is on fire. You start bouncing and burning until you die, or you land on goop land. Think of lava if you ever seen that. The chomplets are just stinky and need a bath. That's why at this level you have to go to the nearby supermarket and get something like Dawn dish soap. Not all dish soap are created equal, because the only answer should be Dawn. It's America's best-selling dish soap. Removes up to 99% of grease and food stains. Cleans the hardest kitchen appliances like air fryers or little chomplets like this, and are the only soap that are trusted to save wildlife affected by oil. You like those ducks, right? We need to save the chomplets too. So,
where's the joke? What the fuck? A part of me really wished that they actually came back to this idea with having like the nighttime stages and putting it in other levels in the game. Like besides it just being in Pianta Village, it would have been like a Noki Bay or Gelato Beach or fucking Rico Harbor. Imagine that, like the fucking like, you know, the lighthouses actually being worked as like lighthouses and like glowing coral when you're actually playing like the coral level, but it's like at nighttime too, so it's actually really cool. Or like where it like, because it's like the beach gets colder because it's like on nighttime, it would be really cool, you know. But I don't know, I guess they just don't like to have fun. It makes me really sad. At least they know how to do like their lighting system, unlike Sonic Adventure. Also, yeah, I have to wear like a long sleeve because it's really fucking cold out right now. It's another cool race with El Pitissimo, but it's really straightforward and a climb up to the tree. I'm also going to mix the race against El Pitissimo and Nelky Bay as well. You know, 2 birds with 1 stone. The water looks gorgeous, but you never even touch the water at all because Mario isn't a Michael Phelps. Also, El Pitissimo gets really bold with his insults. Last time he called me like a pokey flab biscuit, and I kind of brushed it off because, well, who gives a shit. But if you lose in this race, he'll call you a clam chewer. Now, I get it. Nokis aren't around here, but you best watch your tone, buddy. They didn't fight for their rights just for you to throw terms like that. Anyways, the whole stage is a tree. Just hope that you know that. Apparently the Piantas live up in these trees to get away from the predators. Wait, what? What really kills me is that when you actually talk to the Piantas, they really think of El Pitissimo as a weirdo. All these guys are just calling his bluff. Anyways, it's a pretty alright level.
I love water sliding all the way up and then blasting up into the tree like a speed demon. When you time it just right, you go hella fast and yeah! To be honest, I'm gonna miss my running buddy. Okay, I had to re-record this part because I wasn't doing any justice with this one. This is my personal favorite. If you want to convince people of how great this game is, this is the level. And it's crazy that this shit has so many ways of beating this level when you don't even have fludd. Because when you go into this level, Shadow Mario yoinks it away from you. The intended way, quote unquote, is by doing this obstacle course underground by doing some monkey bar type shit. But that's boring. There's another great to do and you can just jump over a bridge. If you smell like a speedrunner, you can damage boost yourself over here and for the love of Dolphino, shower. Bro, I've seen people use water particles to beat this stage. How? Tell me another game that does that type of shit. I personally go to this bar, walk across, hop onto this tree, and then nosedive. It's such fun stuff. Again, the idea that I can basically beat this level in so many ways possible, and it's awesome. But I fucking hate that they don't come back to making these type of levels like this anymore. It's just an automatic S+ shine in my book. It's just fucking awesome. Fucking Nintendo, make more of this shit.
We won. It's pooping lava. Me after Taco Bell.
The boss bracketarian. In this corner, we got Gooper Blooper. And on the other side, Eel fucking sucks. You know, you fight this guy like 3 times. On the first stage, on the helipad, on the tricky ruins. All of them are about the same. Sorry, Gooper. You're gonna need to do more than that to impress me. This valve's bouncy. I don't know why, but sure. That's literally all I wrote in this section. Like, there's nothing that ever happens in this shit. L-I-N-K, more like L-I-N-K. I can't use that one. I can't.
Serena Beach is the home to the 5-star hotel Dolphino, and honestly, the name is perfect. Just look at it. The sunset's gonna make me cry. I love that you can see Penis Park out in the distance, and it's just like you came back from a long day at the park and you could go back to your hotel room and watch some South Park. Look, it just hits different, okay? It's so laid back, but funnily enough, we need to go back and get Yoshi, because to get over here, you need Yoshi to eat this comically large pineapple on top of the building behind the Pianta statue. And, of course, forgot my key. Fuck! One of the cooler things about this map is that the layout is shaped as a GameCube controller. I bet you never heard of that one before, have you? The hotel inside, and I can't wait to show it off in my room service! The difficulty does ramp up a little bit over here. This beach is covered in this electric goop. The hotel is completely gone. Spraying water where the hotel should be doesn't help either. Even though that this is the first time that I get to interact with anybody to start a mission, it kind of put me on the perspective of shit, they actually live here. There's people like him that manage hotels. There's people in the plaza that sells fruits and stuff like that. Sells all types of crap in the market. There's police officers who's always on standby, you know, just in case if Mario whips his, you know, his big Mario out. I mean, there's always some like random, like goofy characters I always remember. Like there's this guy who just stands in front of the police station and all he just does is stares at the same Mario picture. Like he'll just stay there for hours and yet he's still there. I don't know what he does, but it's just goofy. And there's this guy that like by the beach area, he gives you sunglasses, and even though that I really like the idea of like, darkening my gameplay, I still like that idea that they give me the option to do that, because the sun and shit. What the fuck? I was gonna start talking about gnocchis. A Phanta Manta raises from the water. It's pretty intense, not gonna lie, because when the Manta comes from the water, it has this threatening aura or something like that. Some say that this is a reference from The Shining, or others point out Big Man in Splatoon 3 does a similar attack, but I don't really care about any of that thing. What I care about is that this fight absolutely rocks. Phanta Manta glides around, leaving electric goop everywhere, and when you spray on it, it splits into two, and then those split into two, and then those split into two, and those other ones splits in two. Before you know it, the beach is swarming with tiny electric manta rays, and they're just trying to survive. It's actually genius because the mantas are just silhouettes, so you can actually hide under the trees or cabanas, avoiding the goop, but eventually you'll run out of water, and suddenly this becomes a movement shooter. It's insane that this is just a completely different boss fight compared to the ones that we did before. The other fights just feel so stationary compared to it. Like the more that you spray, the harder the fight actually gets. This one actually keeps you moving, dodging, and desperately refilling your tank. And when the mantas actually get small enough, they actually lose it and start hunting you down. So what do? You run to the ocean and start spam spraying like your life depends on it. I don't know why people hate this boss, but honestly, I think this is the coolest fucking boss that we ever seen in this game. Honestly, S tier. Originally I was gonna be like, yeah, whatever, but this fight is so cool and fun. It's so iconic to Sunshine. The second shine is located inside of the hotel, and it's a pretty neat shine too. Like how Penis Park mixes in the shines in both the front of the park to the inside of the park is the same thing as Serena Beach with their shines. But first we have to talk to the manager, and oh, that's a lot of ghosts. He wasn't joking when he said this. These are block boos, and just like Yoshi, if you spray on them...
Bro, you know what happened last time, just drive careful, please!
They turn into platforms. The goal is to climb up onto the top and then enter the secret stage through the giant Boo statue's mouth. Personally, I like messing around with these guys and trying to actually wall kick my way up. I'm not really good at it, but it's hella fun though. It's a stage with a lot of unnecessary deaths for me, but I'll get to it. Strolling throughs are walking, and if you wait long enough, you will actually see them jump off. Suicide's not the answer, but the answer is to jump on the stews to get up on top of this platform. Or you could go all pacifist and just do this double, triple jump. Same thing with the flying stews, but stepping on the stews feels satisfying, not gonna lie. I sound sadistic. I need therapy. Then we hit the wall break wall, followed by the sand path of doom, and then let's just skip straight into the cog section. This part sucks. It's really easy to just slip off and then lose a life on this part, and then because it's all the way at the end, you have to like restart the whole thing, and it's really annoying having to do all of it again. What I do is to never actually stand on the curved side of the cog. If you do, the slope detection is going to catch up to you, and you're not going to have time to recover. Also, the final spin before it resets, do this instead. I'm thinking mostly C because it's more harder to appreciate the stage compared to the other stages. Another comparison with this level is with every Mario game has its spooky level, like Boo's and Haunted House vibes. Serena Beach is that, but much more interesting and novel. You can already tell from the next shine, the mysterious Hotel Delfino, which sounds too much like a guy that arguing about 9/11 in the Disney movie, but whatever. This time you actually bring Yoshi into the hotel. Problem is that he wants a pineapple, but there's no pineapple in the nearby fruit stand. So how do we get one? There's a locked off area on the top floor, and this guy refuses to move. Every path you think will actually work just leads to a dead end. It's a puzzle, and it's a really clever one at that. A pianta on the first floor will actually point out to the men's bathroom, and as we head in there, we notice that the ghost might have nutted on the ceiling. let's not question that. Jump through the cum phase through a bathtub, and now we're in the hotel room. From there, we solve a series of small puzzles, hopping from room to room, until we finally get our hands with a pineapple, and Yoshi can eat ghosts. Problem solved. Honestly, this shine is so unique, and it's nothing like anything that we've done before. It's so abstract, creative, and just fun. And that banana clip is so fucking king. Hell yeah, A tier, baby. The casino is open, and I'm ready to bet it all in black. So let's head into the elevator. First off, I love the look of this place. The ceiling is cool, the side slots are fun, and the giant roulette table in the middle, peak design. But despite all that, people hate this area. Like, really hate it. Understandably so. We have to spray these large slots, and it's pretty easy enough because you spray on them one by one, and the goal is to get all 3 sevens on each. The next part is the reason why people hate this shit. The flip panels. These flip panels suck. These panels have a different property that I like to call stupid fucking detection. The water barely registers, they randomly flip on their own, and trying to hit one is somehow actually flips the half of the board by accident. This thing sucks dick, which is why I don't do it. Instead, I actually go onto this wall by the fountain, wall kick up my way over here, sidestep towards the pipe, and then hover slightly, boom, and puzzle solved. God, this is gorgeous. The sunset looks amazing, and the level itself with the moving blocks and pegs is just so fun. I always skip the puzzle, so my opinion might have been biased. As a casual player, it might just be a D, but for now, I'll just place it as a low C. But Scully, have you ever thought that this skip is just cheating? That's a fair point.
But have you ever thought to yourself of drinking huge loads before? King Boo! I do have a love-hate relationship with this fight though.
It's fine, but the randomization makes it painfully annoying, which is why he would actually lose to Phantom Manta, baby!
Phantom Manta is the GOAT, the LeBron of Sunshine bosses. You think that this slot machine bullshit was going to beat Phantom Manta? You be out of your fucking balls, broski. The only trick that I would say is go under King Boo just so you can change back the slots. But other than that, RNG is your bitch. You put it all in black? What are you, fucking stupid? That's why Phantom Manta would never lose. He bets it on reds because he's fucking part of Bloods. You fucking idiot. He's gangster, a king, and a legend.
Oh yeah, and then like the polluted piranhas, they suck dick. I didn't even put them in the bracket system. Remember, no matter how ass you are, you will always be better than these smelly, dirty ass wannabe piranha plants. No one gives a shit about these things. No one. No one. No one.
Dude, I always thought that this was the trailer for the game, dude. Holy shit. This song fucking rocks. Dude, this video's 19 years old? No fucking way. Guys, this is so fucking over for me. Holy fucking
The secret of the dirty lake is another secret level, but you have to flow on top of this gross ass, nasty ass lake. Or you could be like me and cheese it with fludd. Whatever suits your boat. They put like a turbo nozzle in front of the cave, and I don't know why. Just so Shadow Mario takes it away from you? It's funny, cause when Shadow Mario swoops in to steal it, he'll give it back to you when you beat the level. It's like that Brazil joke that my dad says a lot, where like if you fly over Rio, your watch is stolen. But Shadow Mario is just way too nice to do that. I say it as if like Bowser Jr. isn't Shadow Mario. I don't know. Peach is kidnapped by Bowser Jr. Dude's a fucking baby.
I'm Shadow Mario, and today, I'm going to steal junk food from people. Hi 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 hi.
When going inside, you'll see these like rotating cubes and panels, which I love, and it makes the level a bit tricky. Honestly, back when I did speedruns of this game, I remember dying a lot in this stage, way more than any of the other Blanco Hill shines. But again, it's best to be patient with these stages, and it's way more rewarding doing a run where you don't die versus using up all of your lives just to make it perfect. I'm just gonna shoot this directly on the head on this one and clear this out just so I don't have to talk about it later. In every 7th shine, Shadow Mario appears on the stage and your job is to hunt him down. These levels are critical for finishing the game because you can't unlock Corona Mountain without spraying Shadow Mario. But let's be honest, they're boring and repetitive. Who is that guy?
Obviously that's Dingle Hopper. You don't know about Bobby Flay?
You don't even know about Bobby Flay. You don't even know about Big Nose Nick?
You don't know about Big Dick Rick?
Which is pretty sad because I do fuck with his design. Blue Mario with red eyes and a paintbrush. Motherfucker's a creepypasta. Jeff's the killer type B. Then Jeff's the kills me by shoving the broom up my ass.
I'm such a messy person. I should really clean this place up. That's why Mother comes in and says clean it. But I'm too busy being a gamer.
But he won't. That brush is only for show because he doesn't use that thing at all. It's until he gets to Pianta Village where he just goes, damn, I had this thing the whole time? And then he actually trails it behind him. As for the ranking, the Pianta Village gets a B for at least trying something different. But for the rest of them, they're a solid C. They're not offensive, but they're so samey that I can't help but to wonder why they even went for this system. Plus, if you want, you can always be like most runners and kill him on the spot for like 2 seconds and then spin around and move on, only to realize that halfway through, hey Mario, you're looking the wrong way. Also, Serena Beach is interesting too, because the boos like to be bitches. They like to disguise themselves as Shadow Mario just to mess with you. So cool. Only 2 Shadow Mario stages that could be B and everything else is C. I'm not going to pretend that these shines are so special or different in any type of way. If you played them once, you basically played them all. Now, this is usually the part of the game where I switch and leave to another stage because every 7th shine is a Shadow Mario, and when you beat every Shadow Mario stage, you get to Corona, and I already explained it. You get it. So the 8th shine and extra stuff like 100 coins and secret stages, that's not the secret stages. Those are like the secret stages. I don't know why they labeled them as such. They're just there just to complete it 100% completion. Same thing as if it's going for Delfino shines, which is okay since the 8th shine here is not too bad actually. The red coins are now in the lake area above the bridge and such. This is one of the levels where you have to use the rocket nozzle, but honestly you can always just use the tight ropes to get into higher jumps. The rocket nozzle is just really busting. I love the feeling of just grabbing one of these things and heading to the moon. Awesome stuff here. Again, the only thing that I really hate are these wind guys. Fucking hate those guys. As for the 8th shine, the level is good in my book, which is kind of surprising because most 8th shines actually suck. Talking about bad 8th shines and terrible shines in general, I'm gonna be a real watch mojo and do this section as a top 5. And surprisingly enough, number 5 of the worst shine is another 8th shine.
Number 5.
Who the fuck thought this was fun? The Watermelon Festival sucks. Otherwise known as how many ways can we make you hate fruit. You have this huge watermelon on top of the hill, and now you have to push this shit watermelon to the fruit stand by the dock, while Caraquacks are hunting your watermelon down to break it. There is a little path that you can push your watermelon to, but it feels like 20 days to push this fucking thing through because the watermelon likes to phase through this pole and readjust itself. You brute force it to go on the ledge, or the watermelon rolls down the hill. Eventually you'll need to do that anyways, but these options before aren't you to decide, it's the watermelon's thing. He gets to decide what you want. Mating season is apparently going on because Jesus, there's too many fucking Caraquacks in this stage. All of them are just expecting a huge watermelon to roll towards them just so they can throw it up in the air to break it. I don't know why. Why do they do that? I find it so funny how no one ever mentions that this is supposed to be more of a fuck you level, because there are other watermelons in the level, but if you get those ones instead, the Piantas are like, no, your dick is too small, but we'll cut it up for you anyways, but you won't get the shine. I guess it's because everyone knows that getting the biggest one is the way to go. However, if you're like a kid back then and you did push these watermelons to the hut, I guess you could just suck a dick, but that's not the fuck you yet. The real slap in the face is that even if you do figure out a way to make it easier, like taking out the Caraquacks first, it's still not fun. It's like choosing choosing between losing your wallet or your car keys. Either way, you're fucked. Oh, and don't even get me started on the switch port. Sometimes if you accidentally break the watermelon and you go back to the hill, guess what? The watermelon doesn't respawn. What the fuck? This shit happened to me like 2 times, and both times I had to leave the area to come back. This shine is just so unnecessarily cruel. F tier. What's funny is that nostalgia was gonna actually blind me before I even played the level. I was going to defend this mission, but remembering how many painstaking times I have to push this fucking watermelon down and get some fuckhead Caraquack to rain on my parade, setting me off. Why not fucking piss on my cereal next time while you're at it? There is a method of how I normally do it, but it's still stupid. You just gotta like use your momentum with fludd when you're going down this hill, and then it will always land over here. It's still stupid though. Fuck this mission.
Number 4.
This is one of the infamous levels in the game. Poorly made, you get stuck on the glass and wall, sometimes this happens, and others you fall through the bottom and die. You will die a lot in this stage. There are billions of videos of people playing this level and saying that it sucks balls.
And some requiring going through miniature obstacle courses that can fuck right off!
Yes, just fall. Just
Oh my god! Are you fucking kidding me? What happened? What happened?
Stop it! Oh my... Oh. Mario. Oh, come on!
Do you?
Yep, I believe I can do it in the 3 minutes we have.
Please no. Thank you.
Are you getting a blowjob?
It's stupid hard, and I remember spending hours on the shitty level. It's just poorly told. There is a method to making this stage easier, and it doesn't require pulling hair. Andrew Order made such a good video on the matter, and it seems to work with so many people. I suggest watching that video for it, but in layman's term, where you are holding or standing on Mario depends on where you would land on the end goal. For example, if you just jump and just let the stick go, you'll most likely hit this area on the pins or land on the middle pocket, or this pin on the top middle. If you start holding the stick to the right, you'll always hit the middle top. Same thing if you do it on the left, you'll always hit the left corner. Now this isn't a defense, I would say, but this method definitely changed the way to look at this level, and I'm happy that there is a way to make it easier.
Number 3.
That's right, we're doing lily pad.
Lily pad.
We're doing stinky lily pad.
Why is it stinky?
Because it's considered one of the worst shines.
That's so cool. Baka baka baka. Baka baka baka. God damn.
This is hands down the worst shine in the game. This is the reason why I have 2 fucking F tiers on the list. You know, I've binge watched a shit ton of worst shines list in my days, and yes, this is bad, but this was always a bug on my neck, talking about how this is kind of a cop-out. Now, watch closely. There is a pipe in this island that has this orange goop shit, and you have to get Yoshi. But Yoshi can't touch water or else he'll do that. The only attended way is by going on this long ass boat ride. This isn't a fun shine. You're going through the fucking Odyssey right now.
Yo, bro, where you going?
I'm going to an island.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
When?
It's a very long boat ride. This is one of the longest shines and the hardest shines.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yoshi is literally hitting the Gwitty.
Anyways, fast forward to like 20 minutes or whatever, and you reach the pipe with Yoshi, and now you spray on it and enjoy the lily pad. I don't even want to talk about how hard this level is, because with every Sunshine video or list, they always talk about how this level sucks. Now, this level is hard as balls, but I can't complain anymore. I could beat this stage within like 1 or 2 deaths. It doesn't mean I first tried collecting the reds, because I always miss them.
What the flip?
Okay.
Damn, he just like belly up.
Yeah.
God damn. Is poisonous water?
It is poisonous water.
That's funny.
And there is literally
Is
no...
this the water from New Jersey?
It is. You got that lead water.
Oh, dang, babe. We got like a lot of them. Except that one.
Except that one, yeah.
Babe, you missed.
Baby missed.
I thought you were good at this game, babe.
That's even worse. However, this pipe is horrible. The implication of taking your Yoshi to this whole boat ride to spray on some orange shit, and then sadly you miss one red coin. What do you fucking think that the pipe leads to? Because it doesn't take you back to the fucking start of the course. It kicks you out to the plaza. Fucking idiots. It doesn't even make sense in a player's perspective. And it doesn't even make sense in a game design perspective either. Like, fine, if you think that this is like a, hey, I'll come back to this later type of shit, but make the fucking island closer at least. Why did I even bother riding all this way up just to be like, yep, I missed one coin, I'll come back later? Fuck no. Imagine like you're invited to some dinner party across town and it's a bring your own dish type of party. So you whip up one of your grandma's lasagna that tastes like God. You spend hours layering that bitch and then seasoning that sauce, and you drive across town with the angriest bitchless drivers known to man. You finally arrive in one piece and you're like, shit, the garlic bread. You forgot it, but it's fine because you could just hop over to the kitchen to make it. But no, the host looks at you with an angry face and then says, you need to leave. Go home, make a new dish and try again. So now you have to go back to some shit traffic and get called the N-word like 12 times again. Angry as fuck, seething to yourself, being like, why is my uncle being a massive piece of shit today on Thanksgiving? It's Thanksgiving. I should be with my family, happy and all. You waste so much time and effort, and that sauce took you so fucking long too. And that's why lasagna always sucks in sunshine. Your uncle is a dick, and your fucking lasagna is cold. Has that ever happened to you? I don't know, but this pipe sucks. It doesn't even make sense either, because when you get this shine, you just teleport back to the plaza anyways. So like, why do this? Now, even though that I ranted about this shine for so long, there is an easier way to beat this stage, or at least doing the trick to get to the island quicker, which I like to coin this trick the preheat lasagna.
Price for a star. Oh, a banana. What if you didn't get the banana?
I would die. Okay, we're doing the easy method. I'm forgetting. I could do like.
What the fuck?
And I could save that banana.
What do you mean? What the fuck?
This game's really weird.
What's happening?
Okay. So I gotta hit this corner.
I hit the quan. Hit the quan. Hit the quan. What's happening? You're cheating. What the fuck?
Also.
How many bananas do you got?
Where besides doing this whole drive with the boats, you could just skip all of that by hitting this clip under the map and then doing short hops to the island. Now, if you don't jump, that's an instant death. So you can't stop for a moment. For the course, if you do miss a red, just go on these rails and just walk. But it's not 100% way to beat it if you're a first-time player.
Number 2.
Ew. Here's a positive. You don't have to climb all the way to the top. You could just go straight to the waterfall. That's all of the positives. This fucking sucks. We find out that the reason for the lake being poisonous is from the sea. And now we know that it's from this eel that has bad teeth. Now, I get the message and all. Brush your teeth, kids, but Mario, is so damn slow. The depths are cool looking, sure, but this doesn't even feel like a fight. The eel barely does anything, just spins, chews, and occasionally spits you out like a piece of gum. Oh, and poison bubbles. Don't forget about those ones. Those fart bubbles. Oh my god. Getting into the boss just takes forever. You just slowly sink towards the eel like you're just watching fucking paint dry. And then when you actually start cleaning, it starts losing its mind like a toddler at a dentist. This is the reason why I can never be a dentist. I'd be screaming at my patients to shut up and bend over. This little shit isn't gonna get a fucking lollipop. And don't even get me started at the air supply issue. You're constantly interrupting the mission to just go grab some coins so Mario doesn't drown mid-dental appointment. The dive helmet works fine at the bottle level, but in this huge open ocean, it depletes as fast as you spend more time aborting the mission so Mario doesn't fucking die in Dubai. I'm forced to farm coins rather than scrubbing this eel's crusty ass teeth. This is one of the worst force levels in the game. This mission is such a stain in this world, and it sucks because Gnocchi Bay is actually one of my favorite worlds. But goddamn, if you ask me to do this shit again, you best believe I'd rather have a dentist yank my teeth out.
And now, the number one worst.
Too many people pass up this level. I hate the amount of times I see top 10 lists of the worst shines. Everyone's just like, but what about lily pad? What about pachinko? It's not as bad as a... Fuck you. Yeah, technically it's not as bad. It's the same as the eel, but at least you don't die from the eel. It's just Mario's helmet. But this, the number of lives that I die from this level, and there's always this fuck ass guy over here. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. You need to get Yoshi to spray on this orange goop, but if you don't want to do that, you could just do this clip onto this tree and slide inside of this mushroom. When you do get into the stage, you get greeted by chucksters, and they chuck you in the direction that you are looking at. My god, these chucksters suck dick. And I always hated this level, both as a normie and a runner. This fucking level used to kill my runs, and I would be hours into my runs too, because this shine was always in late game. At least in Gelato, there's a skip to skip the whole fucking world altogether. The only glitch here is the shortcut to the level, which means I still have to fucking suffer through it. And motherfuck, this guy at the end sucks massive load. He's walking, he's at the other side of the wall, he's just giving himself a pause for like 10 hours and then goes back to walking. I die from this Pianta's hands so many times, it's crazy that he's not even arrested. Probably because, where the fuck are we? Is this hell? Is this my hell? And to look at this man's eyes on this precise spot where he's standing is deceitful. If you are not on the money shot in this level, you will die a lot. There's a reason to why there are 2 F tiers, and I don't care. What about pachinko? What about lily pad? You don't need those. That's the difference. I swear, I hear that constantly throughout my life, and I ain't taking it anymore. This is required. You need this shit shine. The game grabs you by the head and you have to give it a fucking blowy. It sucks, it's shit, and all of the comments who are about to be like, it's not that bad, cause it's fucking sucker. Blue Coin Man 2? Where the hell is 1?
I'm working on an hourly wage. I went to high school, didn't do great, still gotta make more cash. More education is what I'm looking at when I get a degree. I make a bigger salary, so I got to see what college is right for me. Get connected for free with education connection. Get connected for free with education connection. Boom, 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 boom. The fuck video am I making anymore, dude? Yeah.
For this secret shine, you need an orange Yoshi. Why orange? No clue. The developer's favorite fruit could be orange for all I know. You could just grab a Yoshi, eat this Pianta tree fruit, and take him to the merry-go-round. The fruit is like a snot bubble, but the secret level is solid. The first part is fun and it makes you go around these blocks. You might have some issues with this section, but as long as you actually time yourself with the blocks, you'll have an okay time. The orange block section is a bit harder, mostly because of the current jumps. Also, I always hated this one orange block that moves up and down. I don't know why it's like that. I think it looks stupid. Let's be real. The roller coaster goes way too fast, and aiming it is like threading a needle through a cooked spaghetti. It's hard as hell and it's not fun. However, I actually managed to first try it during my playthrough, so that's a reason why it gets a little bit of a bump up, but that doesn't make it less frustrating. Thank God it's not required though.
Burnt my Krabby Patty. He burnt my fries.
He burnt my shake. He burnt my shake.
Shell secret is hard, but I love it. Getting to the shell is hella fun. Using the wires to reach the inside is great, and it's so satisfying because the whole time in the stage, you've just been looking up and asking yourself if you could just go over there, and you can. Of course, it's not easy. The ropes have traps, the climb is tricky, but once you get inside, you're using everything that you learned at this point. Wall jump your way out of the ant farm, diagonal wall jumps, tight ropes across, and just walk up this wall. This wall always looked too steep. I just never did this shit anyways. Like, did anybody even know about this? Double diagonal wall jumps. Bro, this secret is everything that you've basically done before, but more, and I love it. It's like a showcase of Mario's entire moveset. So damn brilliant that when I was jotting down like quick thoughts on each level, I didn't even bother with the lowercase letters. Best secret in the game. Getting to the shell is hella fun. The inside is crazy satisfying. Only for the real Sunshine players who can cook. This goes hard. Honestly, they should have just put that on the back of the game case. Red coin fish. That's my wife and child over there. Guys, you always have a chance. Just like how Grandpa calls me Master Mario. I don't know, it gives me some Karate Kid vibes. The red coins can swim away, but if you know how to use fludd, you can clear this quickly. Pro tip, don't bother with the fish splitting apart. It's not worth it. But I love how populated it is now. All the Nokis are on top of jellyfishes and in groups. It's so cute.
I like that too. I'm gonna pick up the check. You can pay the tip. You know, like a date. Yeah, date. We haven't been on one of those in so long. Maybe we'll catch a matinee when we're done. We'll see a movie. Oh, yeah, a movie. That would be so wonderful. It's been so long since we've been out together. And then since it's a matinee, we'll be at home and in bed by 9 o'clock, and we can watch Family Guy.
Is this supposed to be me?
Yeah, see, I don't really get why people dislike this mission so much. For me, it's just kind of meh. Maybe it's the timer in the corner that stresses people out, but honestly, they give you plenty of time to actually clean the whole beach. One thing I do like is that the boos are behind it all. Kind of a clever touch. Or maybe the mantas are just trying to frame the boos. Yes! I cleaned it all! No. I still have poopy in my bum. Ah yes, the classic collect the red coin missions. You get 5 minutes, which is pretty generous. Now don't get me wrong, this is easily one of the coolest, most creative haunted hotel stages in a Mario game. But by this point, it's kind of like it blew its load too hard. Like it went all out in this spooky hotel vibes early on. Realized that they need to complete this whole world, so they just threw it in like the last minute. The red coins are basically a test of how well that you know the hotel layout, which is fine, but it doesn't really wow me. I say a high C tier. 100 coin stars. I really put this in my list. Originally, I was going to make a completely different tier and calling it 100 coins and fucking moving on. Because honestly, I never really go out of my way to actually doing these unless if I'm doing 100%. But because it is on the list, it is a bit unfair, so I'll do it. Also, I already recorded these parts, so just like fruit, I don't want to waste them all. C. All of them get C, except a select few. Although I have fun with Blanco Hills and Pianta Village, which is pretty good if you go into the shit level, Jalala Beach still sucks. Never have I ever left a stage with a big grin on my face because I kept telling myself I was never gonna come back to it, but then realizing I have to actually come back to it because of fucking 100 coins. This bitch is empty. I spent almost like a half hour in this stage trying to actually get 100 coins, and in my recording, I just gave up. It's until I actually remember that I could hit this watermelon constantly, just so I can actually reach the coin limit with these annoying carrot quacks. Whoever says that Jalala Beach is their favorite might just be the biggest gaslighters, because their ass really not only trying to convince you that the stage is good, but themselves. In better news, I am gonna be bumping up Penis Park's 100 coins because he shower you in them, and it's just in the beach part of the level too. There are coins in the sand, and Monty throws so many bullet bills at you that you might as well just look at them as like floating dollar signs. Regular bills and purple bills are good, but Monty also sends out these golden bills, and that's where like the money starts rolling in. I just spam spray all of the bullet bills and collect and win. Probably the most chill 100 coins in the game. This is more of me getting mad about doing 100 coins, but whoever says to do 100s in Noki Bay 3, fuck you, Reddit. And no, you don't only go to the casino level in Serena Beach. You'll get stuck and be mad that you can't move the coin slots, and once you actually hit the 3 7s, you can't flip them anymore. And no, you can't leave the casino. You picked all black and you have to suffer. Bend over. Anyways, all of them gets a C. It's draining, it's boring, only like a select few gives you a little bit of a benefit. C. All of them are C.
Tails suckle. Sonic Skateboard. Os Tennis. Clean Butter Catch. Shadow Basketball. Knuckles Baseball. Oh, I'm hungry for some Mickey D.
Before we move on, one of my favorite things about Super Mario Sunshine is how the shines makes the world feel way more alive. Each stage evolves as you progress, and even Island Dolfino gets a glow up. The first shine was all infested with black paint and squids just fucking up the water and such like that. But now in the red coin mission, all of that is fixed. The Piantas are back to living their best lives, chilling in the fish markets and enjoying their vacations. It's the little details like that that makes Sunshine very cozy and full of life. This is a timed red coin mission where you're riding on blooper squids and a lot of people hate it. Honestly, it's fine. If you want a pass, you could just get the slower blooper. Not like it really matters because the timer feels very generous, not gonna lie. I think it's mostly the camera because it tends to be gay. Honestly, why are you using the camera when a lot of the red coins should just be in front of you? And when it's other ones like this, like between the boats, you could just position yourself correctly. The only time I ever get angry is when I complete the course and I landed face first into the logs. If you really aren't feeling the blooper life, you could just skip all that entirely and just use the turbo nozzle. Nintendo isn't stopping you. Either way, it's not the nightmare that people claim to be. It's more middle of the road than anything. In summary, it's not great, it's not terrible, it's just kind of whatever. Not to sugarcoat it, Yoshi's Fruit Adventure is kinda ass. It's not the worst shine, but damn, the fruit machine is so RNG based. First, you can't even do this level without completing Penis Park's 4th shine to unlock Yoshi. It feels like this is the only time where the game actually tells you to move on to the next stage for Yoshi, but also, I'm lying because they don't tell you about that when you actually go into the stage. Why is Yoshi gatekeeping my progress? progress. Once you do get Yoshi, you get introduced to the fruit machine, a stupid, cruel invention designed to test your patience, and it will never hand you the fruit that you need. I personally have beef with this machine. The number of times that I had to ground pound on the stupid ass buttons and go down just to spray fruit away is so stupid. And don't get me started with the durians being the fruit that Yoshi wants. How the fuck does he know that he wants that? Fucker isn't even born and yet he has standards. Picky fucker. And it's important to go down to spray on all the other fruit to make more space because durians like to roll and be cunts. Hey, what color is a Yoshi? Not green, stupid. Orange Yoshis can make stationary platforms, purple Yoshis make them horizontal, and pink Yoshis move them vertically. You'll need to have a purple Yoshi to start off, but once you actually reach this goal, you could switch it into a pink one. Or just abuse his spin jump to just skip the whole thing entirely. Either way, you're gonna need him to vomit on this orange sludge blocking the shine. To be fair, this shine does do a decent job showcasing Yoshi's abilities for beginners. The problem is that to get to the fun platforming section, I had to tap on my fingers on this fruit machine, and even when I do pass this part, I sometimes miss the Yoshi platforms and get Yoshi dead in the water. And Jesus, Mario is so slow in the water. Again, I don't hate this shine, but I do understand the anger of having to do the same shit over because you just made a simple mistake. You can cheese this shine, which is nice, but even then, it's still a high D tier experience at best.
My granny, she got hit by a bazooka. Everything about it, every time I hit the hookah. Kaboom. Kaplow. Kaboom. I was in a room trying to teach my little sister, and I heard a boom and it sounded like a missile. Who is what that was? Oh, that granny. Oh, she's done. So, from the first voice recording, I said I felt bad for the mayor. I don't. Anyways, just trying to clean 10 of the piantas in a certain time limit. This one's kind of meh, like it's kind of like in the middle of the road, so I don't really have that big of an opinion for this. Speedruns go hard on this, and I also like how talking to the piantas, they give you a lot of blue coins, but if you talk to the kids, they're like, yeah, I'm like 7. So yeah, I don't have much here.
It's party time.
Oh yeah, oh fuck yeah, oh yeah.
The whole village is celebrating, and it's a red coin mission. Surprisingly, one of the harder red coin missions, I may add. If you don't know or remember where the red coins are, you might be here for a while, cause damn, they're pretty well hidden. Kinda like how they actually made the blue coins here. I do love that when you grab onto this fluff piece and fly onto this big cloud with the shine on it. I like it a lot.
The world a special place. Cherish life and never waste.
Everyone loves a sunshiny day. We're gonna keep it that way. Let's clean is better than dirty, and dirty's meaner than clean.
I fucking came to this shit.
After chasing Shadow Mario through every level, he pulls off one of his final tricks by flooding the entire island before running off to Corona Mountain. There's not much you can do here when the water rises besides.
Kill you without me, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
This last course is brutal. You first have to deal with the spike and fire platform section. It's tough, but with some precise hovers and timed jumps, it's manageable. Honestly, this part would have been a solid B tier challenge, but then the boat. The boat isn't hard. It just controls like absolute garbage. But hey, you learned how to steer the boat back in Noki Bay, right? Jokes aside, this is easily one of the worst parts of the final stage. And if you really wanted the blue coins here, well, the final boss is kinda lackluster, but that's probably because I do this final boss so fast I kinda forgot how easy the fight is. His strategy is slamming down and splashing all this weird green water and shaking the platform, but your strategy is to ground pound the weak points until he falls, and just like that you've beaten the game. After all of that, the shine sprite, See, the level had potential, but the boat section drags on so hard, and the final boss is forgettable. It's not a terrible ending, but for the grand finale of Super Mario Sunshine, it could have shined brighter.
And remember to like and subscribe for more content like this. Fucking hell. My fucking stomach's about fucking explode, dude. Fuck, that pasta got too much cheese in it.
After beating the game, a guy is chilling on the dock near Rico Harbor who offers to actually take you back to the airstrip for the low price of 10 coins. Once you're there, all 8 red coins spawn in when you're slamming down on this red button, and they are all laid out in a nice straight path for you. And honestly, I rank this one as a B. They give you plenty of time to grab all of the red, and it's quick, fun, and satisfying. Plus, you actually get to use the hover nozzle, which feels like a treat because, not gonna lie, you kinda only use this for like 3 shines or whatever. And that final stretch where you actually sprint past through a bunch of stews, game design done right. Pianta jar. Man, Mario Sunshine sure does love red coins. Man. Mario Sunshine sure does love red. We get it. Ranking these secret red coin shines were pretty tricky, not gonna lie. They're basically just like the OG levels, but with fludd. Would I prefer something else? Yeah, it was like the game didn't even try adding extra content because it was too busy waterboarding itself. Now, I've already explained why I like the variety in Sunshine, especially when it changes up Mario's moveset. But I'm not playing Mario 64, am I? Or Odyssey? The biggest reasons I love Sunshine is literally fludd. I love the crazy spin jump hovers and clearing gaps with the water on my back. People act like fludd is just a crutch, a hover to win button, if you will. I don't care. I think that these levels are fun. Adding fludd and turning it into a time coin hunt, it makes it just interesting enough to stay interesting. It gives me a little extra control over my movement. And honestly, a lot of the red coin placements are pretty solid, except for Yoshi's merry-go-round. I always expect there being more red coins in the spinning block area, but no, they put like 6 of them in this orange block section. But besides that, I see these stages as a way to grow with fludd. It's not some magic cheat code that lets you snap your fingers and win. Fludd is a tool, like auto-tune. If you're singing as shit, auto-tune isn't gonna fucking save you. And if you don't like fludd, you're not gonna have a good time in Sunshine. Think about it. How many times did you die in these stages without fludd compared to when you had it? Without it, your jumps feel hesitant. Your landings are sketchy. You're gripping the controllers like, oh no, this ain't easy. And then you do it again with fludd and suddenly it feels different. It's like when you were playing the game in hard mode first and then you just started eating straight ass, dying over and over. You suffer through it so much that you storm back to GameStop being like, this game fucking sucks, what the fuck, why do I keep dying over and over? And the employee with the most Reddit ass voice imaginable just goes, oh really now? Like he's just expecting some fucking laugh track playing in the background. So you go back home mad being like, yeah, I'll show that turd biscuit who's boss. Replay it on normal and then suddenly, wait, was I always this good? Did I just learn something? This is how cavemen discover fire, chat. Suddenly the same challenge feels smoother, more controlled, and even kind of fun. That's what these shines are for me. First time, it's just pure platforming with no safety net. But with fludd that comes back, it's not just making things easier, it's letting you apply everything that you struggled with in a new way. So in short, you were Aaron Hansen, but now you're like Moses. And surprisingly enough, a lot of the shines are either in the same level as the OG shines or better, aka chuckster. Fludd makes this chuckster level so much manageable and less me wanting to off myself. You don't have to wait for chucksters, you could just be like, bye. Rico Tower is super fun, same with Shell Secret. In the Yoshi's Island themed secret, most of the coins are in the vanishing block section with a couple of them sitting sitting up high. Spin jumps and hovers make it super easy to grab, and that there's also this weird detail where you could spray on the spawner with fludd. I don't know, it's like one of those Nintendo things for some reason. As for the other secret shines, you could spray yourself onto this wall and skip half of the work. Moving from block to block is super enjoyable, and the orange block section feels smoother with better control. I remember dying a bunch in this one, but with a tighter grip on fludd and my superior mega penis of this game's knowledge, I made this level bow before me. But whatever, you think that these secret shines are just dumb and that they don't belong. They're just rushed filler to meet a quota. Fine, see what I care. Wait, why does that kind of look like a... Secret shines are often called the most obscure shines in the game. That's why they're called secret shines. Idiot. And at the top of the iceberg are the red coin missions. Of course, every secret stage needs one. But what's the most obscure? Blooper Safari Redux is the next tier down. Same course, but now you gotta finish it under 40 seconds. You can follow the intended route and make some quick turns, or maybe hop over like a few walls. But why do that when you could just cheese it? Just hop over the wall and then hit these 2 invisible checkpoints and cross that finish line. And then there's the golden bird in Noki Bay. Just spray the bird. Followed by the dune bud near the mirrors. Spray it, a staircase appears, spray that, and then bam. But the most obscure shine of them all is to spray on the sun in Pianta Village. Now, obscure is very subjective. Even though that I made this fancy iceberg tier, you could literally just melt the whole thing down, because personally, I like these hidden shines. They're a nice reward for exploring your own pace, kind of like blue coins. But weirdly, I only recently heard about people complaining about their obscurity. Usually that's the argument reserved for blue coins. And call me biased, but are these really that obscure? Like Exo said about blue coins,
2% are not readily apparent from the environment. Based on these results, I think it's safe to say that the overwhelming majority of blue coins are not in fact obscure. Most of them are either out in the open or behind an obvious puzzle. Now, I should stress that 37 coins, that's 15.42% of 240, isn't exactly a small number. In fact, it's a much larger number than I expected. But again, this is the maximum possible number of coins that could be considered obscure, and really, obscurity is gonna boil down to the individual player. Do you think shooting down this bee's nest and eating the bees with Yoshi is obscure? Personally, I just always thought to try that, but I know not everyone will. Of course, there are coins like ground pounding on a statue's nose that are definitely obscure, but as the data shows, these are few and far between.
Talking to a Pianta who literally tells you to climb up on top of the highest point of Pianta Village and look at the sun. Is that obscure? Hell, is it obvious that the secret stages need a second run with red coins? For me, it's simple. If you see something that's out of place, spray it. Birds already give you certain items. Green birds drop regular coins, blue birds drop blue coins, so why wouldn't a yellow bird actually drop a shine? And let's not forget about the only red bird in the game. That bird is just chilling in the tall grass. Is that obscure too? And look, if you can't find something in the game, it's not a crime to look it up. Not everything needs to be holding your hand. I know a bunch of people who love Minecraft, but back in the day, I had to look up every single crafting recipe. The game wasn't handing out free instruction. I had to dig through the Minecraft wiki just to figure out how to make a damn cake. But whatever. I also like blue coins anyways, so I guess that automatically makes my opinion invalid. Cat's out of the bag, huh? Just wait until everybody knows that I like pineapple on pizza. Oh, come on! When I first made this list, I couldn't help myself but compare it to everyone else's. Other tier lists, YouTube videos, reviews of the game, and
Yoshi juice for everyone! I mean,
honestly, I started doubting myself. Like, am I just way too good at this game? Or maybe I love Sunshine so much that I'm looking through it with some rose-tinted glasses? Well, sort of. Even then, I still complained about a lot of stuff anyways. Like 100 coins being stupid, and having to do Shine Mario stupid, and some of the shines are stupid, red coins are everywhere, the game is basically rushed, and sorry, but weird. And despite all of that, I don't care. Call me biased, call me crazy, call me whatever, but don't call me a liar. I'd rather accept the game, warts and all, than pretend that it's garbage just to fit in with the internet.
People online? I'm sorry, but that line's really gay.
And exaggerate more than I already did. There was even a part where I cut in the video where I whine about not being able to do Jalal beach skip.
Ah, motherfucker, it's a woman. Even a woman could do this shit than me. I like that, like, when you fall into the sand, you also get stuck. It's such a Sonic Adventure thing. Fuck. Can you tell that those are the only two games that I like?
Then I spent one night grinding it out, and then I actually did it.
No fucking way. Oh my god. I actually did it.
10 plus years of knowing this trick and never being able to do it, and it was only solved in one night. Even Pachinko and Lily Pad was a little bit exaggerated because, well, I did them so many times. I basically developed Stockholm Syndrome. I even found little tricks to make them easier, and I know that most people don't have that luxury, but hey, I'm trying to be as honest as I can. However, chucksters wasn't exaggerated. I still get mad when people say it's not hard. Fuck you. It's annoying as shit. But despite all of the jank, the headaches, and the annoying ass shines, Sunshine is just fun. The environments are great, the music is great, the movement is great, the world is great, the story? It's funny, and honestly, it's way more memorable than any of the other Mario games. All of this for a postcard, and I don't care. Shocking, I know. It's almost like, we play games because they're fun, not for the epic gamer reward?
Like, shut the fuck up. This is like a second home for me. I go water the plants, I clean the dogs, I race with a sibling, I play blocks with the baby, and afterwards we hang out in the family barbecue and we get to finally eat that fucking lasagna. Thank fuck.
Like, seriously, Mario 64 gives you Yoshi at the end and a 100 lives? Wow, amazing, so useful after you've beaten the entire game. What bugs me the most is that reviewers will always dunk on Sunshine's ending for giving them a postcard, but then when it comes to Mario 64, crickets. Sunshine really is the black sheep of the family. I've never seen a Mario game get so dragged so hard just for being different, but maybe that's why I like it. This crumbled, scribbled on piece of paper that I've tucked into my game case for years. Back when I made this list with my sister, it's messy, it's unpolished, just like the game, but it's also creative, weird, and undeniably fun. To be honest, it wasn't about doubting the list, it was more about how the video was structured in a way. This video is such a clusterfuck, no doubt about it. Easily one of the most messiest things I've ever made, but that was kind of the point. Other reviews would do it in a professional way, each shine and each world in order, and when I tried doing it myself, it felt flat. It didn't even feel like my experience. It felt like I was just filling out a checklist. But Sunshine is different. It's chaotic. It's unpredictable. It doesn't follow the rules. This isn't just about making a tier list or reviewing a game that I really like. It was about playing it the way that I always played it. A little messy, a little out of order, and from the heart. So now looking back from this list again, after all of that, I'm sort of proud of it. Not because it's perfect, but because it's mine. A weird, honest blend of nostalgia, frustration, and joy. All of this for a postcard. And honestly, worth every shine.